Hi, everybody. I guess I'm live. I'm Verna from Stampin' Notes, and welcome to my studio. It's Tuesday, March 18th, 2025, and I have some beautiful cards to share with you using the Faith Collection bundle from Stampin' Up. Hey, I'm a demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I live in rural Western New York State and farm country between two little towns, Canisteo and Greenwood, New York. So, welcome to my studio tonight. And I am going to ask you if you're on and watching, say hi. Tell me where you're from. And I have some fun news to share with you tonight. And I am going to switch to my other view, my project view here. We'll add that. Whoops, we don't want that. We'll get it eventually. There we go. So those are the cards that we're going to do tonight. And hi, Carrie from Australia. Nice to have you here. And I am just going over to my desk here and I want to talk a little more about this collection. It's just beautiful. If this is one that you've been thinking about getting, I think you would really enjoy it. So anyways, I am going to, hi Margaret, nice to see you on there. I want to talk to you about this. So this is the beautiful, these are the dies that go with the Beautiful Faith collection. And there's a couple of crosses. There's a solid cross, and then there's one that has a wood look on it. And I'm going to grab the stamp set so you can see that. It has a lot of nice sentiments on here. There's thinking of you. He is risen for Easter. God is love. Let your faith be bigger than your fears, which is nice to give someone who's going through a difficult time. I'm also tonight with us using the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. This is a beautiful landscape designer series paper. I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. Gorgeous colors in it. And you can earn the kits this week by placing an order with me in my online store. And if your order is $50 or more, I will send you the kit to make one of each of these cards, plus a pack of the Riverside Gems. These come with Riverside Irregular Pearls. And then if your order's $75 or more, you'll be put into a drawing for a $50 gift certificate. Some of you guys know that I'm just a couple $100 short of reaching $100,000 in sales. Woohoo! Thanks to you guys. Thank you so much. And so if you order this week with me, I will be handing out, if your order is $75 or more, I will be giving a gift certificate to one of you, one of my customers who orders this week. No host code is needed if your order is $75 or more. You will also, in that $75, get a kit for each of these cards, plus a pack of the Riverside Irregular Pearls. If you would just like to outright buy the kit this week, without placing an order, it would be $30. And I'll put more information about that in the comments below and in the description of my YouTube channel. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Bev from the UK. And so anyways, there's that. I want to say one more thing. I'm going to say this is time is winding down to purchase the kit for my March kit in the mail, which is Songbird Stampin' Club, featuring the Storybook Friends. I'm trying to do too many things at once. And you will get the kits for 2 of each of these cards. This one actually is a Fun Fold gift card holder. And you will get a whole pack of the wonderful Storybook Moments Designer Series paper. It has the cute die cuts in it. And we will also be making, you will get the what you need to make this cute little tote bag. So if you're interested in that, registration closes the 21st. And I will put a link for that if you want to sign up for it. It's only $45. It includes a PDF tutorial and a video tutorial and the shipping. So let's get back on track with our cards here. And it is a beautiful day here, Margaret. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to announce a winner for, I reached 20,000 Facebook followers this week, thanks to you guys. And I had a little contest. If you commented what you liked about Stampin' Up, I would put you in a drawing for a free package of the beautiful Boca designer series papers, that 6x6 designer series paper. And the winner for that is Cynthia Larrabee Nielsen. So Cynthia, if you will message me with your mailing address, I will get that beautiful designer series paper out to you. Hi, Tina. Thank you. And we're going to start with our first card here, and I will tell you the measurements. But if you order the kit, you will get a PDF tutorial for this with all of the measurements in it. All right, looking for my bone folder. If I had it right here, let me grab another one. And so we're starting with a piece of thick basic cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. There's my bone folder. You always want to use your bone folder and just to break down those fibers on that score line. I have a piece of the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper that is 4 by 4 1/4. I'm just going to layer, well, before I layer onto the card, I'm going to put some ribbon around it. And I'm using the new beautiful woven ribbon. And I just want some tails. I don't want a full-size bow. And hi, Mom. So I'm going to grab my scissors here and for my other good scissors. Oh, good grief. Okay, I got them. Good grief, Charlie Brown. All right, so we're cutting a piece of woven ribbon that is quite a bit longer than this piece of designer series paper. And I'm going to take about where I want the tails. I want the tails on this side. And I'm just going to take this and make a notch. So we're going to loop that under there like that. And then tie it again. Okay, I'm going to slide this off here. And this little loop we're going to cut in two and to make our little tails. Here we go. So I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut on the angle like that. I'm going to tighten this up like so. And then I'm going to tape each end, going across the middle, tape each end down with just regular tape, or you could use your adhesive if you wanted to. Okay, so I want this to wrap around. I can't pick this up with these nails. I love the nails, but sometimes I have a little bit of difficulty handling things. Okay, so that's adhered on there. And then I think I want that a little shorter. I love this ribbon because it's so easy to work with. It's not heavy. It's easy to tie a bow or do whatever you have to do with it. And see, I should have cut it just a little bit longer, but I think we can make this work. We'll see. All right, so we've got that on there like that. I'm going to come in and just cut these at an angle here. And I'm going to do that again because it's not a very good angle. There. And right there like that. All right, so now we're going to adhere this to our card base, and I'm using the glue gun by My Sweet Petunia. It's great if you have arthritis. I love it because it just makes a thin line of adhesive to come out. It's not, gloppy at all. And then this is going to go across the middle of our card base, just like that. Okay. So now I have a die cut using the die from the Storybook Friends bundle. I love the frame dies in this set. And this particular die cuts out this, plus a frame. And here's the frame right here. And I'm going to add this to the center of the card with some dimensionals. And I'm just going to, we'll just put a couple on this. I'm going to center it. Like, oh, that looks centered, I think. Like that. And then our frame we're going to glue down. We'll just put some little dots of glue in the larger sections of it. Like this. Okay. And you'll notice that there's two different flourishes on this frame. There's one that's longer on the bottom here, and there's one that's a little different shape at the top. Okay. So now I have die cut a cross using the Faith Collection dies. And I've used the Country Wood Designer Series paper. So if you get this kit, I will give you pieces of Designer Series paper to do your die cutting with. You will need this bundle to make the cards for this kit. And but any die cuts like this frame, I will have die cut for you in your kit if it's not part of the Faith Collection bundle. Okay, and then I'm going to adhere this to my frame like that. And then this is the other die cut in the collection, and it's like a wood grain. It's really pretty. And we're going to add this to the top. I'm just putting a tiny bit of glue. We're going to add that over that cross, like that. This is a pretty simple card, but it's really beautiful in its simplicity. And then down here, I'm going to stamp He is Risen, or you could stamp it up there. Actually, there's more room up there, but I didn't quite center it. And so I'm going to use Pretty Peacock. Grab that. We're going to stamp He is Risen. It's right here. And technically, you should do this before you have all the layers on your card in case you don't stamp it right. And I was living dangerously there. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp the palm leaf. There's this palm leaf stamp in this set. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Patty. Hi, Jeanette. Thank you, Jeanette. And we're going to just ink it up full strength and then just go to the side and have it a lighter there, which is really pretty. We'll bring our adhesive back in. Add some glue to this. Open it up. Lots of babies are due on the farm. Oops, I got ink on the inside there. I'll have to cover that. Oh, I got ink on my thumb. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to grab a wipe and get rid of that ink before I get on anything else. Okay. And wiping my finger and the stamps off. Okay, so let's add some gems to the front of this. And I'll salvage that by covering it with something. An inside piece there. Okay, let's use, you can see these graduate from a darker green to softer to a white. So let's use the white on this. We'll put one there. And another one right there. Okay, so there's our first card. He is risen. You could do a get well or thinking of you. They would be, you know, you could use them for sympathy card. Even. Okay, so let's take a look at card number 2. Card number 2 is a fun fold card, and we're going to start with a card base that is 4 1/4 by 11. It is thick basic white. It's scored at 5 1/2, and then I've scored it again at 2 1/4. Oh, I didn't score it at 2 1/4. 2 3/4. And or you can just fold it back in half like this instead of scoring it. Okay, so it's a half fold of the front like that. And again, we're going to add our beautiful layers of that gorgeous Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. I'm using this. I love this. It's probably my favorite pattern in this paper. This is in stock right now, and this stamp set is in stock right now. It may not be before too long because of Easter. All right, so that's going to go there. And then on this, we have a piece that's 2 1/2 by 4. And I'm going to go ahead. You could use either. I want more of the greens there. I was so happy I wasn't late. Technology went okay. Oh my goodness, you just never know on technology. All right, so now we're going to bring in a piece of soft succulent. And this is a basic white die cut with the second largest perennial postage die. So it gives it that beautiful shape. We're going to do some coloring here with a blending brush. I've got my brush and I need my soft succulent ink. It's right here on my card. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the edges with this. Yes, the weather has been gorgeous here. Hi, Myra. Thank you. Hi, Carrie. I think I said hi to you earlier, Carrie, but we'll say hi again. Just checking my YouTube people here. Okay, so, and we want it on the edges and then a little bit around here. It's a little gloppy there, but I think it'll work in okay. So that's why you want to blend off first on your scrap paper before you go in, so it isn't gloppy. Okay, so I'm using the same ink, and I'm going to stamp with this. It's a cross with the palm branches around it. It's really pretty. So, sorry, that was up out of your vision. I need to pull that closer. And I think this is about central, and you want it towards the top because we're going to put a sentiment down below. So I'm going to stamp it right there. And technically with your photopolymer stamps, you should stamp on a cushion like your Stampin' Pierce mat. It just helps give a better image. Okay, so for the sentiment for this one, I'm going to use let your faith be bigger than your fear. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. Okay. Let's see. We can with the Lord let our faith be bigger than our fear. All right. So now this is going to mount onto this piece of soft succulent right here. We can get rid of our scrap paper. Got to look at my directions on the back so I can tell you what the measurements are on that. Okay, so the measurements are for this soft succulent, it's 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. All right, and I'm going to add this on there with dimensionals. Lost my dimensional sheet here. Here we go. Sometimes I can go a little faster getting them on here with a take your pick tool. Trying to move along on each card because there's 4 cards tonight. I don't want to hold everybody up late. So we'll get these covers off here. Oh, it was so beautiful today. I got out a little bit with the puppy. Little Jazz, she's doing good. Hi, Ruth. Oh, 71, Jeanette. Oh, it sounds so lovely. 71 and sunny. All right, so this is just fits on this soft succulent piece. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add this to the top part up here. So you want to just add your adhesive to the top part of your card or of the layer that we're adding on. And we're going to center it right on there. So you want this piece centered on the whole card. So all the way around it should look about the same. Okay, so we've got that. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. And inside here, we're going to stamp a few of those lilies. There's a flower stamp. And I'm just going to use the soft succulent again. Because you could write your sentiment here. Thinking of you. I think I'll leave them plain. I'm not going to color them in. They're pretty just like that. And So now we have another die cut cross, and this is again from the Country Wood Designer Series paper. You'll be getting it in your kit. And we're going to add dimensionals to the back of this. The large ones will fit on it. Oh, 83. Boy, you guys. That is nice. Hi, Lisa. All right, so we're going to put this cross right in here where that cross image is. And let's add some of our Riverside irregular pearls. So let's go with the green. All right, so I'm going to add one here. And we'll add one up here. Oops. And maybe a lighter one, kind of the medium one right there. All right, so let's take a look at our card. So let your faith be bigger than your fear. And it opens up like this. You could even write something on the back of that too if you wanted to. It's card number 2. Card number 3 is probably my favorite. Hey, Chris. So it's just kind of rustic, and I love the way it turned out. So let's get going on that, and I'll show you how to make it. And again, we're using that beautiful Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. And for this card, I'm using a piece of the basic beige cardstock. It's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. All right. I have a layer of Mossy Meadow that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and I have a layer of Designer Series paper that is 5 1/4 by 4. All right, so when I want to tell you, when you cut this sheet of Designer Series paper for this card, if you make these, you want to cut off the extra from the top, because we need these bottom pieces. We're going to need this grassy stuff here. Okay. Thanks, Kathy. Hi, Jerry. And so what we're going to do first is we're going to layer this to this cardstock, to our Mossy Meadow. And again, you will get that, the Designer Series paper in your kit. And the cardstock. Okay, so that's on there like that. And then we're just going to add these layers to our card. All right, and it's a tight fit. There's just thin little edges of color on there. Okay. Now for our cross. So I wanted a cross that looked bigger than this on this paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I cut 2, and this is what you, if you want to make this card, this is what you need to do. You need to cut, I'm going to cut this right off right here. And I'm going to add this to the bottom of this. And you want to add it so it's about 2 1/4 inches from the bottom up to where the beam is that goes across. All right, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue onto this piece here. And we're going to slide that underneath. It's nice to have you on there now, Chris. Chris lives in my neck of the woods. All right, so we're going to put our cross there, kind of in the middle of the card. We've got the hillside coming down here. We want the grass behind it. So I am going to use dimensionals on this. I put my dimensional. Oh, we'll get another. Oh, here they are. All right, so we'll put one there. We'll do probably 3-ish. Put that over where our seam is there to hold it. And that's going to show on the other side. You can take these off and move them by rolling them. And I'm going to add one on each side up here because it's designer series paper and I want it to hold it down so they don't bend up. All right. We'll take our backing off. One more here. All right, so we're going to put our cross right there, like that. Okay, so what I did, you can see that how this looks like there's dimension here. So I've taken another piece of the same paper and fussy cut it. And I'll show you how I did that. So I have this piece here. And I'm going to go ahead and I fussy cut this a little bit. I'm just going to go take a little bit off there. And I need my snips to do the fussy cutting. Oh, here they are. So I'm going to come down in this grass here. And I know if you hate fussy cutting, I understand, but this does really add a nice effect to it. Okay, and then here we're going to just, I've already trimmed around it, and I'm just going to go in with my scissors like this. There's a little white piece. I'm going to cut that out. There's another piece here. Another piece here. Okay, so that gives it a little texture and looks nicer. We're going to have the grass sticking up around the cross. All right, so I'm not going to put this on yet. I'm just going to lay this on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in another piece so there's grass coming up around the cross there. And all right, so this piece right here is from the end of actually this big piece. And I want these right here. So I want this and this, and I'm going to cut that. I'm just going up and down and around those little blades of grass. Okay, so I'm going to take, cut one section out. I'm going to just cut this section out of here. And I'm going to layer it behind where I want it on this paper, which is right here. Okay. Actually, this one's better because it has that long sprig there. So you've got about one large piece of designer series paper on this card, and then you have 1, 2, 3 other pieces that are cut. I'm just going to cut this off, and I'm just going to want this like that. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this right onto the cross there, the bottom of it. Like that. Then this piece is going to come up. Actually, I might want that there. I think I do. So what I'm doing is I'm just layering on different layers of landscape on it to give it dimension. All right, so, oops. And I'm also making a mess. Okay, everything's sticking to me. All right, so now we're going to take this piece and we're going to put it on with dimensionals. All right, so I'm just adding dimensionals on the back of this, and we're going to line it up with the original base here. And I'm using quite a few just because, again, it's designer series paper. Get these little tabs off here. Our little covers. All right, so I'm lining it up with the edge of the designer series paper on there like that. And now we have one more piece to put here. So this is another piece that I saved, and I'm going to cut this out. So I'm just going to come in, and I'm going really fast. I'm not being super fussy with this, although it is called fussy cutting. I'm not really being that fussy with it. So you will get the designer series paper to make this card. You will get all you need to do the cutting of the landscape stuff. Okay, so this piece is going to go right here. See how pretty that looks? All right, so we've got these pieces, this piece, and this will be our last piece here. And again, I'm going to be pretty generous with dimensionals because it's designer series paper. I want it to hold good. All right. All right, so we're almost done with this card. We'll put that on there like that. And then I have a 1/2-inch piece of basic beige cardstock right here. And I'm going to stamp He Is Risen. I'm going to use Early Espresso ink for that. And stamp it right in the center there. There. And We're going to cut this on a slant on each end. Now you could put it like up here if you wanted. I like it down here. And again, we're using dimensionals. Thanks, Margaret. Okay. And we will add it right there. It needs to go over just a little bit. It's risen. Now, I didn't really want to add gems to this, but you could. You could even add like a scarf here if you wanted to. You could add a flower or something. And on the inside here, I've got a piece that's 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to stamp Easter greetings. And this is from the Storybook Friends. I don't have a lot of Eastery stamps, but we'll stamp Easter greetings. There's a scrapbooking stamp set that goes with the Storybook Friends set, and it has a large stamp on it that says Easter Blessings. It's really nice. I might actually get that to do my Easter cards. Okay, glue. We'll add the glue for our inside piece. I'd like to add an inside piece, just makes the card heavier and nicer. Then if you wanted to, you could add a piece of designer series paper across the bottom on the inside, or you could stamp the palm branches. But okay, so there's 2 of those cards. Card number 3. Okay, card number 4. We're going to start with a piece of boho blue cardstock. It's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. It's scored at 4 1/4. I think boho blue is one of my favorite colors. Just love it. Okay, and let's see here. Sorry, I had to check something with my computer. Hi, Shirley. Oh, thank you, Shirley. It's nice to have you here. I'm live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because I live in New York. It's funny. Usually when you say you live in New York, people think you live in a city. And well, Margaret, you know, and Chris, you know that this is a very rural area that we live in. Okay, I have an embossed piece. It's 5 1/4 by 4 with my favorite embossing folder, the Distress Tile embossing folder. And we're going to add this on here like this. I'm going to center it right on that front. It looks a little wonky. I'm going to pull it down a little bit on that side. There we go. And now I pulled in to use the Memorable Moments bundle for part of this card. Having trouble with there we go. Okay. Oh, you lived in Cooperstown. Okay. That's about 3 hours east of where we live, Cooperstown. So the Memorable Moments stamp set and bundle, I've used a couple of the dies from the set. I've die cut this image here. And I was going to show you which dies I used. Oh, here they are. Okay, these are the dies. So to get this shape, you have to layer these two together and do your die cutting. Then it makes this very small edge frame there. If you do it alone, it just cuts out a section of your card. But this cuts an edge, okay? So I've used this shape here to cut out a piece of the designer series paper right there. And I just dropped our cross on the floor. Need to pick that up. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to layer this onto this piece. And again, we're using just tiny little drops of glue. We're going to go around that edge. And this will be all die cut for you if you get the kits, because it's not part of the Faith collection. So I'm going to layer this onto my designer series paper. It's a little messy sometimes moving it around. Okay, and I want this on the bottom here. But before I put that on there, I'm going to add a long piece of ribbon, that white linen ribbon, woven ribbon. All right, and you want probably about 12 inches. You want quite a bit. Long piece here. And you will get the ribbon in the kits. And we're just going to add a glue dot in the center here. All right, right there. And I want my loop, we're going to make a big loop. So I want my loop going this way. And then I'm going to add another dot. Right here. Whoops. Sticking to my finger. And we're going to come back down like that. And then I'm going to trim these on an angle. Hi, Patty. Patty, are you in Western New York? You haven't been here 40 years? Well, that's cool. Spring water, yes. Oh, you're in Fillmore. Okay. Well, I went to Houghton College. Oh, you live in Rushford. Okay. Chris, your husband's from. Okay, I need to concentrate on I get distracted in reading and then I don't read the whole thing. And okay, so Patty's from Rush. Okay. And Chris, I didn't know Tom was from Fillmore. Interesting. Well, I went to Houghton College. I was a music major. I have a music degree. Many years ago. Many, many years ago. Piano. Studied with Dr. Huizinga. Classical piano. Okay, so again, I'm using a lot of dimensionals. Oh, there's a fly. One fly. Okay, we're getting all the covers off here. That one missed. All right, so we want I like this on the bottom. Okay, and we're going to center that on our card like that. It could go over just a tad this way, I think. All right, and then I have the cross, and I've die cut it from white cardstock, our basic white. And we're going to add a couple dimensionals to it. I'm not worried about these cross beams here because it's cardstock. All right, and this is going to go like this. So here's another one where I wish the cross was a little longer, but we're going to make it look a little longer. I'll show you how in just a minute. And then I have the top layer is die cut from boho blue. And trying to figure out what I did with the glue gun. Oh, here it is on my cart. Again, a little bit of ink, or you could take like a sponge and just dab it on when you've got something that's really detailed like this. Okay, so this is going to go on our cross like that. Okay, so I took the liberty I already stamped. This is from these flowers. These are from the Memorable Blooms stamp set. So here's a stamp set, and it's this little bouquet right there. Okay, this is the same set that the dies are from. All right, so I already colored them in just because I knew this was going to be a long class, and I've used Fresh Freesia in the center and boho blue. Nope, balmy blue, and soft succulent for the leaves. So again, I'm going to use a dimensional on this end and just glue on this because it's going to be sitting on that cross, which is already kind of up in the air. Okay, so we'll add the glue to this upper part here. We're going to cover the end of that cross so it does look a little longer there. And then I'm going to add one of those beautiful Riverside pearls, irregular pearls, to the center of that cross. So you could use white. Let's see. This is one that isn't quite white. There's that. And then inside here, you could do Easter greetings or He is risen. This paper is 5 by 3 3/4. So I like that boho blue all the way around, and it's pretty with it showing more. So it's not my usual 5 1/4 by 4. And let's stamp He is risen. We will use Misty Moonlight for this. The flowers, the little flower bouquet, I stamped in Misty Moonlight and then colored it in. He is risen. And let's use soft succulent and stamp some palm leaves on the inside there. Okay, let's see. We'll go this way this time. Okay, so let's take a look at all of our cards we've done tonight. This is card number 4. I think I like it better with the freesia flowers. Card number 4. Card number 3 is with our cross on the hillside. like that. And then move these up a little. Card number 2 is the fun fold with the greens and the white cross. And then card number 1 is our white and pretty peacock cards. So there's a variety here, all using this designer series paper. Thoughtful Journey, couldn't think of the name of it. And the Faith Collection bundle. So I hope you've enjoyed this. And I'll put the links in if you want to get the kit or if you want to order and get the kit and have your name put in for the $50 gift certificate. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I hope you have a good rest of the week. Take care now.